talk about this. This is very a popular debate been going on between different channels. Changing the logo. It's talking about Kobe Bryant as the logo. This is Kyrie Irving. He's been definitely says some outlandish shit, but
it's
because it needs to happen. I don't care what anyone says. Black Kings built the league. It's exactly what I meant. Perk. Also, Kendrick Perkins also agrees that it should be because everybody has like that in the league. It's all about Mamba mentality and all that. So what are your guys' takes on this?
It's true, but I don't know. I just don't.
Because, I don't know either. Because that's like, why wouldn't you make, Jordan the logo?
That was my initial knee-jerk reaction.
Because, I mean, I favor Jordan over Kobe. I love Jordan as a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand why wouldn't Jordan be the first thought?
My thing was, I mean, he was kind of the first.
He made me want to play basketball, and I wasn't that good, but he made me want to play.
He made us all want to play.
Exactly.
You didn't make me want to play shit. You a lot. I crashed that sport, bro. He did not make me want to play. He just made me be like, I could be the GOAT, but not at this.
Yeah, he made everyone except me want to play.
I mean,
yeah.
Because you know how it was like, Naomi Osaka is Serena Williams' legacy, and I feel like Kobe was Jordan's.
Yeah.
I'll go a step further. Kobe was a carbon copy of Jordan.
Yeah.
And Kobe said there wouldn't be a Kobe without Jordan.
Right. It's true. So why don't they? I mean, you can't do like half and half. I don't know how they would do that,
but I do think what they're also saying is he basically, I don't know, Jordan shared his practices with Kobe, but Kobe did to more of inviting players, current players, high school players, all that college players to his camp, like more than Jordan. And I think he mentored the younger generation a little more. And I think that's why Kyrie Irving's kind of going that route more than Jordan,
okay.
If that makes sense.
Mamba
Academy.
I mean, before Jordan, there was no real superstar that crossed over and created the NBA and made an international game like he did. You got Buddhist monks wearing 96 Bulls final shirts now, at that time period. And so that kind of reach that he had, and the global aspect the NBA has now, you got to attribute that to Jordan initially before anybody else. So.
I think Jordan brought it, but Kobe
finished
put it on a larger scale international. When you talk about China,
he took advantage of his platform.
Yeah.
He took advantage of his platform.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah.
Yeah, he did things that Jordan didn't want to do. Because it's just, I like Jordan as a basketball player. As a person.
That goes, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we could talk about that too. Like that could go in. Yeah. Because D, did you want to chime in about that?
Oh, are you talking about the logo thing?
Yeah.
They're taking that shit too far, bro. Like, I get like Kobe is this amazing basketball player. I get it. Just leave the fucking logo alone, bro. Like, just first of all, it's coming from Kyrie of all people, and we know this man. You would think he high all the time. The way he be saying the stuff that he be saying, the earth is flat.
He'll be burning in the arena.
He burning brain cells or something. But and then Kendrick Perkins, you the reason why James Harden left the fuck. Like, I don't want to hear nothing.
Right.
Period.
Wait a minute.
As far as the logo is concerned, bro, like it's almost like they're trying to like guilt trip the NBA into changing the logo. Like, don't get me wrong, I 100% respect Kobe. I could see it happening. It wouldn't bother me that much, but you can't you can't have like it's like signing a petition. Like if I don't agree, I don't agree. Like
right.
I do 100% agree that Black people have put the NBA on their back and they changed the game, but you can't forget about guys like Pete Maravich, Steve Nash, you know, all these other, you know, Dirk Nowitzki, like these guys who, you know, Luka, like these guys who come in and they really like amplify and turn up the game too. Like if it's an equal sport and you want equal opportunity, you got to look at the picture, the bigger picture for what it is. Yeah, we put the sport on our back, and we, you know, but there's also other people that helped us. And like the whole purpose of the world and the whole purpose of the NBA is ELE. Everybody love everybody, right?
D, let me ask you this: what about? Because this is going around like if anybody should be on the new logo. Because Jerry West already said, yeah, he said Magic and Bird because they actually saved the NBA.
There you go. Then he answered my question for me. I rest my case.
So
I don't know who. I mean,
I'm not just saying that because it's Larry Bird. I'm just saying that's what they be saying.
I don't know about Magic, bro.
But why does it have to be a person though? Like if you look at FIBA.
Might as well be the Lakers then. No, I'm just playing.
Like, I mean, it's just the fact that, I don't know, it has to be a person.
I think they do need to change the logo though, because Jerry West was there for so long, right? And it's, I think they just picked the first person that type of league.
I think they just picked the first person. It was like, you can do it.
First of all, to say Jerry West is the logo, I mean, is that? I'm not trying to be shooting no QAnon faction of them. I'm just like, is this just the logo's based off a picture of Jerry West?
Yes.
Dribbling the ball.
Yep.
But my thing is, okay, to say that's him, it's like you got to have his little hairstyle going. You got to ball for a minute. I thought it was Michael Jordan when I was younger.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I thought it was one of the dudes from the what's that group called? The Blue Man Group? Because it was bald. I didn't have no hair. I didn't know who it was.
Man, oh wow.
All right, man. Wow. The Blue Man Group. Oh, man.
There's three of them, man.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, one must have got lucky. He getting a bag right now.
Oh man, are they still at Vegas? They still have residency there?
Bro, I don't know what.
I think they got different groups, honestly, because they have one in Vegas, and then I don't know where and they have it in New York too.
Bro, imagine every day at the same time you paint yourself blue, bro. Think about that. That's nuts, dog. Like from head to hairline, you're blue. Hands blue. Ooh. And they all wear all black, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever listened to their music?
No. I went to one of the shows, but that was it.
What is the shows like?
I mean, it's a lot of paint. There's like a lot of paint everywhere. And then they crawl around the audience looking at you all weird because they're not talking or nothing. And then that's pretty much what they do.
Wait, you said they go in the audience doing what?
They just they jump on the chairs and stuff. Like they got in Isaac's face. I'm like, I don't even want to do that. That's too close. And then they choose a random audience member and then they get them all wet with paint and then they make a picture and then they give it to them and then that's it. And they're constantly playing music and then making these faces and stuff, making people laugh. But there's no talking, no nothing. Just
that's
painting.
Weird.
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
That is a very Caucasian activity. That sounds very strange.
Yeah, sounds all right.
Yeah.
Wow. Gives me a lot to think about. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Hey, so I got a question for you, Drew.
What's up?
All this, if AD doesn't come back, who wins?
Ooh.
I think D already has the answer.
Who?
I think the Clippers.
You think the Clips?
I said it's not the Clippers.
Oh, I was like, the Clippers.
People have hope for the Clippers. They have hope.
They get clipped themselves.
What you said, the Nets?
The Nuggets, bro.
The Nuggets?
The
Bro, you
Nets.
and
I wouldn't
Jokic,
go
bro. Like,
against the
get out of here, bro.
Y'all can hate all y'all want,
Hey,
bro.
well, first, no, real talk. The Jazz, their first round, who are they matching up with?
Let's take a look. All right. So if the playoffs were today, starting today, I guess. It would be the Jazz. Ooh, the Jazz versus Denver.
Oh, I'm still
I
taking
rest my
Denver.
case. I rest my case.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Hey, but is Jamal Murray going to show up like he did last season?
He's gonna be fine, bro. His game is not built for regular season basketball. His game is they're gonna go back to the bubble. So he's gonna ball out. So I rest my case.
Then you got the Clippers versus Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would be the Lakers and Blazers again. And then the
Again?
Suns and Spurs. That would be the first round matchups for the West.
You know, I think it was yesterday I found out the Spurs from the playoffs. I was surprised. I was like, wow, like
Yeah,
I
there's
know, having-
work.
Yeah.
I think the less media attention the Spurs get, the better off they are.
At this point, yeah.
In the sense of like, because I don't know what it is. Every time the Spurs have a good streak and they're doing really good, as soon as they start paying attention to it, them niggas turn trash.
Yeah.
Like in the East it would be the Sixers versus the Bulls, Brooklyn versus Miami, Milwaukee and Boston. We already know Boston would win that one. Toronto and New York. The Knicks in the playoffs. What about that?
Bro, Julius Randle is, I don't know, man. That dude must have drank that water from Space Jam, bro. He balling out.
No, he's been like that. He's been like that.
He's been like that but I'm just saying, like, I remember Julius Randle when he was with the Lakers. Was that him or was that Jabari Parker?
No, it was him. Because Parker went from, I think he was Bucks to Bulls.
Yeah.
And then his knee injury. And
before knee injury, he was nasty. Like, it was ridiculous.
Well, knee injury. My knees hurt.
Right?
Dude, I feel so bad when people get a knee injury because it just hurts, man. Especially recovery.
Yeah, knee injury. You know, bro, I remember when Paul George broke his leg. I was like, bro, how your leg do that?
Oh.
Or even Gordon Hayward too. I think he had the same injury, right?
I can't even think.
Bro,
like, how can you walk again? Like, that's just...
Bro, every time I like I've watched the video Gordon Hayward breaking his leg, and I know you saw it, Tony, but there's this weird like trap where the dude's like this, but everything's like on basically a rotator cuff, his legs and everything, and it's just slowly turning everything backwards. So his hands are facing forwards and it just turns everything backwards. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, yo, this reminds me when Gordon Hayward broke his leg. Like, that shit was crazy.
Hey, no injury would be worse than that. The Kevin Ware injury during the Final Four.
Yeah, that was bad.
Hip snap. It was
Do y'all be cringing? Do you be cringing when you see that stuff? Like, don't it just hurt? Like,
I gotta look away. Like, that's just
I can't look at it. But I used to watch Star growing up, and I watched it with no problem. But now that I look at stuff, now I'm just like, oh my god, it's just awful. But I'm also dramatic.
It was rough, yeah.
You remember that show Scarred?
Yes, I watched it with no issue.
I watched that shit now, bro. It's too much.
I'll be closing my eyes.
It's too much.
Before the fall happens, I close my eyes like I can't do this.
Oh, all right.
That's too much.
You said Miami and the Nets? That's the matchup?
Yeah.
That should be fun. If things go right, it should be fun.
Not really.
What do y'all think about
I think Brooklyn will score him.
Did you guys already talk about like LaMelo Ball?
Oh, we can
talk about him now.
We talked about the other ball, but we didn't talk about LaMelo.
Okay, well,
my favorite ball brother.
I honestly think that LaMelo is the better out of all. Well, not LiAngelo because he messed up his career, but Lonzo. I think Melo's better than Lonzo. I do.
I think overall his game is better, of course, but I think he's on a better team. I mean, he's on a better
situation.
He's in a better situation. I think he's more of a focal point in the offense versus Lonzo. Like when Lonzo got to the Lakers, like, okay, you know, he got his feet wet, and then as soon as he got his feet wet, Bron came into the picture. Once everybody know, once Bron's in the picture, your minutes are going to reduce automatically.
Right.
And he wasn't seasoned enough as a point guard to be that point guard that LeBron needed at the time. So it's like, okay, cool. Eventually, we're going to ship you out.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I feel like instead of keeping Kuzma, they should have kept Lonzo. You know, when they have Rondo, because that's the perfect point guard, mentorship you should be under, especially if you have plans on, being great in this league. But as far as like Lonzo saying who's better than who, I do believe LaMelo is better than him. But he's also in a better situation. Because if you're a great player on a shitty team, everything you're going to do is look amazing.
Right.
Once Magic left, that was it for Lonzo. Because Magic drafted him, and he was like sticking to his guy. And once he left, it was kind of like Lonzo's gone. I think they should have still kept Ingram though.
I don't. Ingram been bitter ever since he left the Lakers, bro. Ingram be acting like a little female, bro. He be acting soft for no reason. Oh man, he had said something. He had posted something about him like doing a play on LeBron. I'm like, bro, you ain't even been in the NBA like 10 years, bro. Chill out, like relax, like. Right. You got your little French braids. You got your little, your little knockoff beard. Chill out, bro. Like, just
knockoff beard.
Just play basketball and shut up, bro. Like, for that case, I would say that. But for any other case, no. Yeah, he be tripping, bro. But I like his game, though. I think he could be the next Kevin Durant, if not something like it.
All right. We'll see. I mean, only time will tell,
Yeah, that's a year. All this pressure that we put on these young players, man, I think it really messes up their game. I think if social media didn't exist and that like we lived in a world where the internet wasn't the focal point, every time these guys get a shot, it's glorified more than what it is. Like it's just a three. Like, no, he's a first round draft pick. He's only 19. He's in the NBA and he made a three. I'm like, bro, he just made a three. Like you can like they get glorified.
I get it.
They get glorified so much to a point to where it's like
they get overhyped.
It's overhyped to the point where it's like, man, I don't really need to work on my game. I got 10,000 views on the video and I shot 1-3. Like, what?
Right.
Like, how does that correlate to your on-court play? Like, it's just, I don't know. The generation is different. Like the work ethic as far as basketball, I feel like with some players it's a lost art, and with some players you can see it. What's a good example? Like Jaylen Brown. To me, Jaylen Brown has a crazy work ethic. I really feel like he jumps out the gym every time he plays. A lot of people say Jason Tatum, but I say Jaylen Brown. What's another good example? Luka's a good example. Like he just jumps out the gym every time. I don't think he's playing the greatest as of late. He's doing these crazy high scoring games, but it's not really amounting to anything. But Luka's one of those players that like really jump out the gym. Like he goes out there and gives it his all. You can tell who's built for the sport and who's not just by watching games and seeing on the court.
Luka is a different story because he's been playing pro since he was like 14 years old. 15.
And that's what I'm saying. That's attached to his work ethic. Like nobody's just going to be playing basketball at 14 for nothing.
Right. Like, I mean, they ended Brooklyn's 8-game winning streak, but I mean, they didn't have KD or Kyrie. It was just James, and Porzingis came back. I think that's why Dallas won that game. But
that's a no count there.
What's that?
No count. So that one doesn't count. Counts, but it doesn't count.
I still don't think Brooklyn gonna take it, bro.
Yeah, I don't believe
Just
them.
No like they're getting a little better on defense, but still, it's just bad.
It ain't just about the defense, bro. It's just they figured out the chemistry thing. But like I was saying, I think it was like 2 episodes ago, like the whole health and like safety protocol it's gonna ruin a lot of team chemistry, bro. Like KD and Kyrie are out. Okay, James Harden's playing. James Harden catches the groove. Nope, he's out. Okay, KD's back. Okay, Kyrie and James Harden. Like it's like musical chairs with basketball. Like it's just I don't know. Like it really just depends on like the team that can keep it together the most is going to be the team that wins. I don't care about firepower. I don't care about if you got 17.
I don't think it's that. It's just whoever's the hottest team going into not the group stage to get the number 8 seed or whatever. It's just after that first round, whoever just gets the hottest and they just ride it. And that was like why Miami was able to get to the finals. You know,
I promise you, bro.
What's that?
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be that, bro. I promise you, it's not gonna be that.
I guarantee if AD is just when he comes back and he re-injures, he's not coming back after that. Lakers.
The Lakers have a slim chance. They still can win. They might. They might not. If they don't have AD, they have a slim chance of winning just for the simple fact that they have Bron, and we know what he's capable of in the playoff. Like I said. The thing, if the Lakers do win this championship, the reason why they're going to win it is because it's going to be because of players taking games out. Because at any given time, you never know what player or who is going to get taken out.
Yeah.
And that's going to determine it. That's really going to determine who wins the championship. Because it could be game 7. It could be game 7, and all of a sudden, KD and Kyrie are out due to health and safety protocols. LeBron James and AD just has to play that one game. Injured or not, he just has to play that one game. And if he wins, it's over. Yeah. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's really gonna boil down to circumstances with this season, bro.
Think they do another bubble for the playoffs?
Absolutely. They have to.
Oh, I don't like that bubble situation.
Only for the playoffs, though?
I would think they should even have an all-star game or anything like that shit.
Yeah, they should.
Bro, they having it in Atlanta, bro. Atlanta been wide
open. Are they serious?
They're having the dunk contest at halftime.
That's ghetto. No. That's semi-pro and ghetto. Literally. He says anything different. I don't even know what to tell you. The freaking dog.
He black.